Every single time you go online, you're making this choice, maybe without even realizing it. It's this constant battle between keeping yourself safe and keeping your information private. So today, we're going to dive deep into this massive identity crisis at the very heart of the internet and explore a new way we could potentially solve it for good.
And this right here, this is the big question, isn't it? The one that hangs over everything we do online. To be safe, do you really have to hand over all of your most personal data? And to stay private, do we just have to accept an internet that's, well, pretty risky for the most vulnerable people out there? It feels like a total catch-22, but must we really choose?
This is the digital paradox we are all stuck in. On one side, you've got anonymity, but it comes with zero safety. It's basically the Wild West, which is super risky for minors and vulnerable users. Then on the other side, to get that safety, you have to give up your privacy, uploading sensitive documents and turning these social media platforms into a treasure chest for data thieves. Yeah, neither of those is a great option.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to explore the digital crossroads we're all standing at. Then, we'll look at why today's verification methods are just so risky. After that, we'll introduce a potential new solution, see how it actually works, who wins, and what it all means for the future of social media. First up, we're at a digital crossroads. And the thing is, this isn't some theoretical debate for the future. Global mandates and new laws are forcing a change to happen right now.
All across the globe, governments are stepping in. You've got massive new laws like the UK's Online Safety Act, plus a whole bunch of state laws popping up in the US. Now, the goal is always the same: protect kids from harmful stuff online. But this creates a huge conflict. How do you actually prove a user's age without also creating a total privacy and security nightmare? That's the puzzle everyone is trying to solve. And all this pressure to verify people's ages leads us straight to the problem with how we do things today. So let's dig into why the current system of risky verification is just fundamentally broken. It all boils down to this one simple and frankly terrifying fact. Every time a platform asks you to upload your driver's license, your passport, or do a face scan, they're gathering all that incredibly sensitive data in one place. You're creating a honeypot. You're turning that platform into an absolute goldmine for hackers. And you're asked to do it over and over and over again on different sites. It's just not sustainable. So if the current system is so broken, what's the alternative? Well, that brings us to a potential new solution, an entire ecosystem designed from the ground up to solve this very crisis. This solution is really built on two core pillars. On one side, you have Web4 Studio, which is kind of the foundation for building new kinds of social networks. And on the other, you've got UIID, that's Universal Integrated Identity, which is being called the silver bullet for the identity problem itself.
So let's look at Web4 Studio first. The big idea here is to basically democratize social networking. It gives anyone, individuals, creators, the tools to build their own social platforms. And the crucial part is that it features compliance by design, which means security is baked in from the start, not just tacked on later. This allows for the creation of what are technically real safe spaces, and it aims to break the monopoly of the big tech giants.
And that brings us to that second pillar, UIID, or Universal Integrated Identity. Now, this is the real key to the whole puzzle. It's what's called an identity provider, or an IDP, and it is specifically designed to stop the identity leak. And it does this by, and this is the most important part, completely separating the proof of your verification from your actual personal data. So how in the world does this system do something that sounds almost impossible? Let's break down what verification without exposure really means and see how UID actually protects you. For you, as a user, the process is incredibly simple. You verify your real identity just one time, creating a core ID that gets locked away in a secure digital vault. After that, you just use anonymous aliases to interact online. When a website needs to check if you're over 18, it doesn't ask you for your ID, it just asks the UID system. And all the system sends back is a secure, mathematical yes or no. It's like a bouncer at a club who can tell you're old enough to get in without ever needing to see your name or address. Your real data never leave the vault.
And this gets to the magic behind it all, a principle known as a zero-knowledge proof. It's a brilliant idea. The social network gets the one and only piece of information it needs to be compliant, a simple yes. They have zero knowledge about you personally, but they know you're verified. Your name, your date of birth, your address, all of it stays completely protected.
And the result is this incredibly powerful state. You are simultaneously 100% anonymous from the user's perspective and 100% legitimate from the regulator's perspective. It satisfies the need for real verification without destroying a user's right to privacy. It's really a way to finally have your cake and eat it too.
Okay, so a system like this sounds great in theory, but who really benefits? Well, the answer seems to be pretty much everyone. And that's key, because for a solution like this to actually work, it has to be a win for the entire digital ecosystem.
And this really shows how it's not a zero-sum game. As the user, you get to enjoy safe, verified online communities without that constant fear of your ID getting leaked. As the creator, you can use Web4 Studio to easily launch a network that is already compliant from day one. And for the regulator, they get a system that actually enforces safety laws while also protecting citizens' privacy rights. It's a win-win-win.
And hey, let's not forget the huge bonus for convenience. The idea here is one identity, infinite worlds. Once you're verified with UID that one time, that single secure verification can let you into any network in the entire ecosystem. No more uploading your passport for every new service you want to try.
So, all of this brings us to our last section where we can kind of zoom out and think about the really big picture. This is about the future of social media and what it might take to build something people are calling social media 2.0. Because what we've been talking about here isn't just a single product or some new feature. It's a potential blueprint for a fundamental shift in how we all interact online. A move towards a social media 2.0 that is designed from the ground up to be professional, verifiably safe, and truly private.
The bigger vision is to connect this foundation of secure identity to the other massive shifts happening all around us, especially AI. The source material puts it this way: AI is changing our lives. Navigate the change with community. The core idea is that in a world being reshaped by AI, you can't build the strong, safe communities you'll need to navigate that change if you haven't first solved the problem of trusted identity.
And so we come all the way back to our first question, but now with a whole new perspective. Is this the end of the safety versus privacy debate? For years, we've been told it's a trade-off you just have to make. But the kind of architecture we've explored today suggests that we might finally have the technology to stop arguing about that trade-off and start building a better, safer, and more private internet for all of us.